Let's try to remember that. Yeah. Nero, where you? I'm right here. Yeah. Again, this is a gold pig, is it? The son of a bitch doesn't seem like a plum goddamn dickens of a goddamn damnation if I ever seen one. But I mean, like, I guess we're gonna keeping this late night train rolling, I guess. So, anyways, let's tell you, it's not all that bad. Yeah, so I gotta get this party started. So I said, yeah, go ahead. Oh boy. You know, don't mention that. Yeah, don't. All right. Bit heavy, I suppose. It is. All right. Well, we can let that kind of just be everyone here's little secret. We'll just keep that quiet, right? Anyways. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's me, Nero. It's your friendly late night specter. Here to tell you all about all kinds of weird shit you probably didn't want to know about, as always. Are we free to talk about that? No, we're not. All right. Moving on. What the fuck? Let's see here. That's what I need. Ouch. Should I get that? There you go, then. You gotta tell me these things. People get all emotional about things and they get all angry. I can't really work with people that are just all pathologically angry. You know what I'm saying? That's what we should get. Yep. We'll go ahead and start the mission, Joe. Yeah, well. Oh, god damn it. Why the hell? I just had to see what that was. I'm getting damned for telling it. Probably trying to make pain into entertainment. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got that to mitigate that, you understand? Because we try to mitigate pain in late night, really, because the universe got plenty of pain, don't you think? I mean, really, when you think about it. Doesn't need any more. I mean, especially if you're all about that heaven shit. Anyways. Huh. So, yeah, we want Nero to talk to Xeon. Oh, yeah, you have a late night co-host. Well, that's nice to know. How you doing there, Xeon? I'm all right. So, you're like another permutation differential of Rygar, basically low logarithm myself, different plane of reality, I suppose. Seems so. Alright then, well, what are you gonna be doing here in this plum digging stream? That's me, Karen, talking in this weird ass way. What we're gonna be doing is basically exploring the permutations of basically racial injustice while basically exploring just the metaphysical elements of existence and permeating, not that is to say ruminating, on the ideology of man while we effectively walk this cavalcade of insanity that we call existence. It's like so weird to see you play this. It's like I never see this game. I see people play it, but I never perceive it. It's you, huh? All right, then. I guess I'll take that as a compliment. Huh. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Anyway, oh. What the hell am I watching? Nothing. Damn it. God damn it. Is that now? No, I already said that. Alright. Alright. sorry, done pissed me off now. What in the hell? Anyways. Why does your sword glow and other people's doesn't? Oh, it's the Exceed. The Exceed. Yeah, see that? Exceed meter. Oh, basically rev the blade. That's similar to that you might do on many automotive machines, I suppose. It's got 3 levels. Okay, so why does it have an automatically? It doesn't have an automatically. I'm basically tapping that. See that? That trigger there? That's an Exceed meter. Anyway, I just use that. See, it's gone, right? Right. I tap that when I basically strike that, back on instantaneously. Ain't that convenient? That's how it works. Oh. That's everything. Everyone wanted to damn you for cheating at this game. Because no one knew that. It says so in the instructions. Because they just didn't read it. That's what happens to people, I suppose. Just don't read the instruction manual. Just don't read the instruction manual. Just don't do it. I suppose there's a home improvement ideology that real men don't need instructions, but I assume, well, I know there's one that played this, or there were. Yeah. I come through this door. Got turned around here. Oh, no, here we go. Alright, well, have a little drink here. Oh, would you like to be introduced as basically an element of this element of late night? No, I wouldn't, but Xeon needs to. Alright. So, Xeon, you're from a dimension where people turn to animals. How's that going for you? Well, as far as I know, basically, the permutations of existence suggest that effectively I could be the good guy in the world of Bloody Roar. Kind of a 180 for me. It's one of those Mission of Neptune things. I thought, like, yeah, no, go ahead. I thought that essentially Rygar was Yugo. I thought that. It's like, that basically because he was like, the good guy. Right. I mean, he kind of gives off that vibe, right? But as it turns out, I'm the good guy of the Bloody Roar universe. And that's, that'll do one on someone's head. So you thought you were basically the villain, right? Yeah. I suppose sometimes it could be a matter of perception. You genocidal any, Xeon? A little bit. Yeah, that could be a real tell of potentially villainous thought process, don't you think? Yeah, but it's like, but I kept the prospect of right and wrong. It became basically totally ethical to effectively negative space start genociding people. What was basically the justification for that? Because some people want to know that, you know what I'm saying, Xeon? Not everybody basically has the logarithms to basically deal with a high logarithm guest of your caliber, that genocidal, you know what I'm saying? Because if you're a relative to Rygar, let's say relative to me, and you're basically genocidal, you see the permutations. You just seem like basically just the greatest threat of all time to me when I perceive you. So I mean, like, at least to me. So I mean, like, what I need is basically some absolution from you that you are basically not even for me. I mean, like, difficult, I know. Like, how can you basically do that in short logarithm speak or mid logarithm? Difficult, I imagine. It is. Alright then, well, that's what we're going to do, man. We're just going to explore that now. You're all about basically proving that, I suppose I am. Well, I guess then we're going to have a talk about it. Right. Well, speaking of right and wrong, it's basically destroyed essentially what might be perceived as a spectacle coffin. Some people might take offense to that. They might, depending on where you are, right? Like, what do you think of this? It returned Anima Machina back to its soul back to itself. What do you think of that? No hope of controlling it. Damn. Oh yeah, that's right. We got that one place. That stupid ass fireball that kept knocking me on my ass. Now, Xeon, are you evil now? We gotta get back to that. Big topic. Right. Like, well, apparently, I mean, if Yugo was the bad guy, then effectively there's a huge political inundation of essentially who was right and who was wrong concerning a certain element of a situation. What I believe happened is effectively like with the permutational kind of like analysis of basically mankind. Effectively saying we were timing it, effectively we were too warlike. Our technology was basically exceeding essentially our our ethical ability to wage war and not get killed by it, as in, like, we were timing out our existence at basically a kind of a scalar quantity death by virtue of our ability to kill each other. In other words, what you're saying is that basically we were killing each other at an exponential rate faster than we were being born. Exactly. Like, that could be quite a conundrum. And a very high logarithm one, for that matter. Very high scale, right? So, what you're telling me is that basically you had yourself surmised that perhaps maybe the warlike nature of your people and culture had basically reached such a fever pitch that you basically kind of outran your populace's ability to actually make children, right? Like, that's quite a conundrum there. You know, lots of room for miscalculation, I suppose. There could be. But I mean, basically, if the average, what would be the average permutation effectively, what you would believe to be essentially, because there'd be some telltale elements about that, like, I'll be forgive I cut to the chase. Basically, the mating contract effectively the populace. Can you be certain that essentially you were in some sort of mythological element that would basically confirm Ragnarok? It's like, well, very difficult. I can only basically surmise from my own individual perspective, indeed, but essentially from many calculable perspectives. Really, most women could not actually perceive when a man effectively basically had honest intent to essentially mate with them and basically stay with them for all of eternity, basically because of the function of our face. The function of our face is just basically long communications, and basically after mating, so essentially kind of like heavy communication. And that wasn't basically being addressed, and effectively what was basically anal. And so there are many people that kind of like that. Have to ask that, I know. The way I talk late at night, kind of sound like Buffalo Bob, Buffalo Bill, I forget the name. Point is, what the fuck is this conversation about? It's just like we said, it's just basically meditating on some things, the permutations of essentially the variable madness that we call existence. And one such element basically at play showed up as basically Xeon here being perceived as evil. He seems to basically believe that effectively he had essentially isolated a particular problem which could theoretically happen in advanced people like yourself. You being, I guess I've heard, an unborn? Yeah, the fuck is an unborn? It's a Guyver. You know what a Guyver is? I think I get the general gist. Like, you ever seen Devil May Cry 3? I suppose the way you dress, yeah, right. There is something so beyond about watching Nero walk around here. There is something so beyond about it, Josh. It's like the most beyond thing ever. Would have been, Josh. I'm telling you. Yeah, so we're gonna arrange these. Yeah, exactly. I swear it. He's insane. Well, yeah, probably one more to go get, right? Yeah. Anyway, so you were unfolding your perspective there, Xeon. I hate this. This is so stupid. Ow, I guess we gotta continue. No, you're fine. This is just dumb. Do you understand? Your concept, ow. You have to keep, it says, no, these are blood vessels. Because they gotta be, because, yeah, they gotta be. Get it? Yeah. Okay. I guess they gotta be. Those guys you were saying about misconceptions of basically evil and good and all other shit, you're talking about that. Let's continue unfolding that, will you? While I ruminate upon the potential futility of my existence. You just go on, Xeon. Well, anyways, like I was saying, indeed. Well, I fucking hate it. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. Don't worry, that's this is that. It had to be Nero. I suppose it did. Fairly, to be honest, in this particular situation can lead to basically a permutation of events. Basically, you can't actually escape. Right. Oh, misinformation on this level. Everyone's just damned. Oh! Just fucking buy whatever you're going to buy. And please, for me, Nero, start running. Because these high logarithm dumbasses can't perceive you're setting a mood. Because they don't have any. They didn't have the fucking background, have that kind of personality, Nero. They don't understand late night. They don't get jokes. There's miserable people, Josh. They're not cultured. They don't have any. Well, I suppose it's kind of an issue. Because, we're doing a late night show. If you cannot handle the programming going on, if you want to basically see the late night Spectre, then that's what you basically are here to see in that regard, because that is basically what we're doing. We're honoring Johnny Carson, who is high logarithm, at least on this program, because we remember the people that basically looked out for our backs. If high logarithm can't do that, maybe they should extricate themselves from the conversation. They probably don't have the fucking right to do so, because they did not have the honor to do so. Are we clear? So help me if you disrespect Johnny Carson in my presence. It's like you're insulting basically the former king of late night who ruled with a steady hand. And that will not be tolerated in this fucking house. Are we clear? I will kill virtually any motherfucker stupid enough to basically fucking insult, at least in my presence during this program, if they should so dare, the former king of late night who gave me his kingdom. Do you understand? So I'll respect his kingdom, and if you arch with my wife, you'll respect that man. Are we clear before we basically reach an absence of absolution where virtually every fucking living creature can be fucking basically exterminated from time-space? I said, well, it'd be the only reason we got here in the first place, right? Yeah, exactly. The only reason we even have any fucking breath in our lungs is because of the power of late night. That needs to be fucking respected. These abilities to vacillate between these what should be inflexibles at all is only by virtue of the elements of essentially, what is it? Levity, honor, but more importantly, that basically entails all of it, is the understanding that comes from the base of the bosom of late night. So you will not fucking goddamn disrespect that shit in my presence, are we clear? So help me, you will probably be so fucking evil in the event you do, and you wish to basically permutate yourself with some kind of fucking person that's important to me. You will probably not exist in negative space. All of you. Too evil to, frankly. That seems to be the permutation, because I mean, one jump off clause, one chick basically can't control her fucking ego, then basically she fucking gets damned or fucking erased from time space. Then you should basically fucking appreciate the gravitas of the situation then. We're trying to create heaven here. Get your emotions in fucking control. I'm talking to you, people. Because they are. I can walk here. Understand? Yeah. Figure out your place in the universe if you really want to basically fucking interact with the late night Spectre. Not quite understanding what that means. What that means is somebody who basically mitigates what you can't basically deal with. The emotions are basically high logarithm and low logarithm interaction. You have to be able to laugh at something sometimes. If you can't do that, your person becomes too ruthless to ever create a heaven, no matter how warlike you are. You're basically wasting the universe's time as far as I can see. With respect, but anyways. Alright, so you gotta be able to laugh at something. Alright. If you can't do that, well then fucking you're just gonna kill everything. Yeah, exactly. You gotta figure out what humor is. That's mandatory, says yeah. Okay. And something that ain't just basically fucking scale the quantity of pain of someone else too. You gotta work at it. Okay. That's very true, Nero. Thank you, sir. I do try to calm down. I understand. But you're right. It took a lot of Canis Cain a minute to make this late night possible. So, you're right. Alright. Yeah. Holy shit. These walks around here. Yeah. Nero. Well, I was a militant. I'm gonna say that by a ridiculous statement. That's it. I won't make reference to that movie. No, I didn't. No, Fime.
Huh?
No. Did I say that? No. So anyways, big topic, Xeon, right? Like, well, change of gears, we're going to come back to it. What do you think of this, the Anima Mercury back to this particular life form? Seems pretty civil. I just want to get a gauge on that you actually thought that. It's important for me to know that, Xeon. That's basically, that's civil military diplomacy that we basically fucking demonstrated, you understand? I need them to understand that you fucking understand that. You understand that? Yeah, I understand that. Good, because they don't fucking seem to think you understand that, because you're very warlike, yeah. Kind of get that already. All the fucking permutations based on Newton meter, fucking like whatever bullshit in your brain I gotta hear to listen to. Yeah, right. Fair enough, right. So anyways, yeah. So basically what you're saying is effectively it's a mission to Neptune or Orochimaru situation. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right. Many people would think that'd be hard to believe, but I guess since it's basically just kind of exposed the false god, I suppose. In many ways, many things are possible. So, in all probability, you were supposed to be slated to be the original villain of that universe, but you just basically had the permutational understanding of the fact that you didn't have to be. Yugo being granted essentially the right of being the good guy the entire time, never really had to essentially ascend to that particular political dissertation, if you will. Never actually had to think about it. It's like, he's just the good guy. So, as far as basically saying being perceived as like the absolute good guy, there was no way he could be the bad guy, no matter what he did. You know what I'm saying? Are you of that belief system? There could ever be a fucking thought process like that? That if you basically, granted you have free will, but you could ever be basically infallible? I'm not of that belief whatsoever. Any proof you got of that? Well, I'm basically fascinated by your root note, which is basically right, girl. Low logarithm perception, reality dampening, etc. Right and wrong, right, Temple exactly. Okay. So you are a believer in Temple? Yeah. Wow. That's saying something. That's saying something. Yeah. That's saying it's pissing me off. Well, anyways. Okay. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of anger on this. You got to understand. No matter how much you try to hide it, from yourselves, it basically, when you engage in anything like this, I imagine. Fucking, I gotta basically deal with neurotransmitter responses, basically getting killed by you and you're allegedly my ally. I think basically I'm so enamored deep in fucking goddamn espionage, you can't even fucking tell what the fuck you are. That'd be pretty goddamn hostile to a fucking low logarithm, don't you think? At least their perception. You might fucking drive me insane just talking to me. Ever think about that? In a way that might get me mutilated, perhaps permanently, in a way that you might not actually be able to perceive being all old, absolutely and shit. Exactly. Gotta have respect for different perspectives, don't you think? You being all absolutely and shit, I'm hearing your perspective. So you think they hear mine? No, exactly. And that's the problem. Classism is basically gonna fucking rip this fucking goddamn world, this whole fucking universe to pieces. And you know what? I don't think anyone really gives a rat's ass, to be honest. That's all that out there perspective. Like, the elements, as they reduct shadow certain, basically falling by the wayside. Exactly, just Candace Canem edited it. I'll admit that I understand Candace Canem edit, and I respect it. Yeah. Yeah. But at the same time, an ethical attempt to basically reduce certain essentially mitigates the actual fucking damage that's done to the universe. That's what, yes, I use to effectively create this probability of heaven, which keeps getting squandered by virtually anyone else who actually perceives it long enough and gets confident, like me. You get it? Whenever they get confident, they get overconfident. Yeah, that seems to be the folly of basically virtually every great civilization. They get overconfident, don't you think? Shit. Overconfidence. Yeah, that's a thing, don't you think? They're trying to say you have overconfidence. Well, they don't understand it. Basically, it's part of delivery relative essentially for a simple construct called late night. But they don't realize that I brought a yellow orb in case something went wrong. But they don't really notice that. They just hear the voice. They hear the political whatever bombastic, whatever they think basically the racial permutation might be. They hear that. They see basically what they see is what they want for their own political gain is what they see, So easy to basically assume an entire race of people is stupider than you for free money. So easy. So idiotic. Because no fucking group of people ever proved themselves evolved enough to ever justify the concept of slavery on any log in the front. Everyone didn't have the wisdom. Everyone was stupid. And nobody could actually do it ethically. And nobody could indefinitely fucking keep that bullshit running. And basically expect to have a fucking goddamn kingdom or a world function indefinitely. They couldn't fucking do it, so it doesn't fucking work. Never goddamn will. But, I mean, people think I'm speaking like platitudes about like libertarian horseshit. No, it just ethically doesn't. Mathematically it doesn't. Either you eventually kill them or they kill you. Because you're at war with them. Whether you want to believe it or not. If you believe that fucking reverse Stockholm Syndrome bullshit, I'm helping them by fucking enslaving them. Not really. Okay. 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 Fucking cattle prodding you and like with pain is just slavery. Yep. Address me as a white guy who's called black. I know a little bit more about that than you think, especially considering how many people try to fuck with my logarithm, but you know, whatever. Oh, here's the bi-L configuration. Yeah, the bi-L configuration. Yeah, indeed. What's that? It's basically two lesbians, usually higher logarithm, but not necessarily. Could be a mix. Usually they project any kind of number of like happy-go-lucky happenings. You talk to them long enough, and then basically a high logarithm, usually a male, but sometimes a woman, comes in to basically kill you and greet you by murdering the fuck out of you.
This blizzard must be these demons.
That's what he actually was. At least in that costume. Yeah, yeah. Once it was perceived how you might actually be. Yeah. Don't know where you're going. You see the permutations? Could be. Could be. Yeah, that isn't. No. I don't know. What the fuck?
So this is what you really look like.
Yeah.
Cut me some slack. I'm just not big on toads.
That's what it is, Josh. You try to subvert them, assuming like she's just American in the end. Seven is there forever. She's lost to this one, and that's the cost of it. Remember that, right? That's her. Yeah, it could have been just that one. Yeah. say, shit, there's nothing here. It's a blood vessel. Like, house, nothing there. Yeah. Some late night jokes are a bit too dark. Yeah, small. Oh, fuck. No. Eventually this would, yeah. I swear it. That's the most hideous realization. Yeah, the most hideous realization I read. Yeah.
That's exactly what I think.
Yeah, it's like, well, that's what she said. It was all over down. I understand that. Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, it's just
Oh,
nasty.
she used to pilot a Gundam. Yeah.
Wait, did he say brothers?
Real dangerous with it, too. That has to be respected.
Oh, that's fair. Now I've got to fight a whole herd of these things.
Yeah.
Sorry, pal. We're closed.
No, he's, yeah. That's just, yeah. Part of the dangler. I was using there. Her cell corpse. Right. No. But yeah, that's what that is. Okay. Okay, I remember. I think it's that door. It's that door. Not that door. That door's locked. Yeah. You're gonna stop this Nero. This one. It's like, yeah. You saved nearly your life. So is it that late night? No, it's not that late night. Okay. And we're done here, right? We'll stop. Not everybody. This has been Nero, your late night Spectre. Yeah.